Okay, the next video after this is going to be loud, so I'm sure when you watch it, you'll understand it. This video is called No Gear, Ignorant. This video is called No Gear, Ignorant. The N-word. How can people worship scientists when white supremacy's main argument against minorities, especially the one they picked on the most, okay? They have the most jokes about on the continent that they kill the most to this day, right? They didn't try to make it up to them. They're still drugging them and killing them more than anyone else. They're still poisoning them and cheating them and exploiting them more than anyone else, okay? Their sick, core, demonic racist argument is no gear. It is scientific racism. It is using the scale of the female brain, if you will, to cheat Africans out of their rightful place. By not admitting that the martial art order and the spiritual order is African and giving someone like me his rightful place, not some puppet at best, okay? You deny black people equality. You cannot make a race equal to another race by using the median of one race, okay? And using the, that's one way to look at it, right? It's basically the fucking, from their own cultural perspective, these are the most successful because their argument is scientific. So the white man in his culture, he's using the most successful and the most advanced historically of his race. The best, one could argue, from his cultural perspective. You can't take the most survival, backstabbing scum who have been assimilated into this oppressor, rape cult, neo-colonialist culture and then say, we're equal. Even if they're paid the same amount of money, they're still not equal. These are traitors. These are survivor trash. And in their martial arts, cultural Shaka Zulu, Narmer fucking cultures, they are scum. That is not equality. Assimilating the scum that have defied the most righteous men in history to make it seem like your racist cultural argument is superior is not equality, especially when it's built on rape, blood money, and cheating the martial art pharaoh. Black people can never be equal after I die unless I'm given my rightful place. Okay? Period. Their arguments are appalling because they suck an Apollo dick. The house nigga versus the field nigga. Who the fuck you think won? And the martial artist is not the field nigga. He refuses to be enslaved. It's straightforward. Since the house nigga obviously is going to win after I die, all opinions of survivors in regards to colonialism and its benefits mean nothing. These are house nigga pets at best. And at worst, they're house nigga scum. Who cares what they define as equality? That is not your call. You're a bitch and a traitor. Less than fucking Judas type filth. Who cares what you think is equality? Who cares what you think is progress? You are not my brother. You are a fucking snake and a traitor. The next point is obvious. The speaker. When you get rid of people like me who are inspired by God, especially martial art pharaohs, okay, who becomes the best speaker? Just like mental health said, it's a matter of organizing thoughts. Why do you think they sabotage me to make it harder for me to organize my thought so they can cling on to their white racist culture where it overlaps with the left and say, he can't organize his thoughts, let's be compassionate, let's do the speaking for him, oh, we're bitches. That's what that's about. And who's the best in this regard? It is the female. Think about how females differ from males in high school, for example. They're in the repetition of this organized in a little pink binder, secretary, right? Who's the secretary and why? Because they organize things like organizing thoughts. That's the female fucking brain. The man hunts, she maintains, she's organized. So when you do it based on organized thinking with a Western tongue, with a Western language, okay, who do you think has the upper hand? The gay and the female. And then there's the British kind of guy who's very close to being gay with his British intelligence and intellectual jargon has brought me in. He's flowing. It's like poetry, right? And that goes back to Apollo. Okay? Apollo is a colonialist, British type of satanic Greco-Roman piece of shit. Okay? And you give these people the upper hand in terms of oral presentations and image and organizing people, right? You're purely enslaved to the spirit of rape cult Apollo culture forever. So why? Because people have become cheese dick, shallow cowards. Who would accept getting rid of these martial art heroes? Life is only worth living because martial art heroes lead you. And when they don't, that is not life, that is death. You know, and I'm not talking about Jean-Claude Van Damme and Steven Seagal. I'm not talking Hollywood. These are actors. These aren't heroes. Or they would never have been allowed to be actors. Okay? And obviously they do things like make it seem like, they try to make it corny. Okay? That's what they do. All right. Like the way I just said that was technological interference. Don't think for 1 second that they haven't used their technology to interfere. Think about my arguments. Who am I arguing against? Scientists. Do scientists have technology? Is the smartphone perhaps a conspiracy theory? Bluetooth? Is that a conspiracy theory? Okay? Look at the technology that they have. They have the technology to fucking confound what I'm doing. Okay, they have a long history of coming together with corporations, scientists, law enforcement, criminal groups, and so on and so forth. A long fucking history. Okay, secret societies on record teamed up with the state to control people's minds. Okay, and I'm talking about their scientific core, the scientific core of their culture, where the right and the left overlap. Okay, on record, page 11, written by a psychiatrist himself, okay, who went over the 15,000 plus MKUltra documents. This Scottish Rite, along with all these other motherfuckers, okay, teamed up to control people's minds to make scientists look good. And here I am, the top martial artist with a $100,000 4-year fucking challenge. $100,000 at one point. One point it was $10,000. For the most part, it was $3,000 or $4,000. Okay, the last couple years, I believe, it was $4,000. What the fuck you think they're doing? Sitting there twiddling their thumbs? When the most respectable brain surgeon in American history, his son, is giving all this money to charity to the point where he's fucking struggling financially, invested all this money in his medical company, okay? His son starts speaking. Who do you think people should listen to if they have half a brain? Those pussies on TV? Or the fucking saint brain surgeon's top martial artist son? This is not brain surgery, and this is not being the top martial artist here. You should know that I'm fucking right. Yes, they're using drugs and science to confound my argument that is attacking drug dealers and scientists. I'm against Big Pharma. I'm against psychiatrists. I'm against fucking science and the sapiosexual movement and scientists being revered. You should not revere the oppressor's biggest assets. Certainly that's part of a propaganda campaign. Okay? So martial arts supremacy, absolutely. The technological supremacy argument must be scorned. Okay, everything from fucking everything from Francis Galton and Nazi eugenic scientists to the racist Klansmen were using the no gear argument to argue for racial supremacy after all the horrible things their race did as colonists and have doomed us to this technological terrorism for the rest of human existence. No one should be hated more than the scientists that have allowed them to do it. We can contain criminals as humans with our humanity. We cannot contain scientists that team up with organized criminals. No one should be hated more than the scientist. No one should think that Iron Man is going to save us all. Scientists will not save you. They will enslave you more, and it will be fucking over. If I even see someone revering a scientist, I'm going to tell him I'm going to give him his face and say, look, you're a fucking traitor to God and humanity. Scientists are fucking scum. Give a fuck who you're talking about. Perhaps you want to run a train on the Native Americans. Perhaps you want to kidnap Pocahontas, you bitch-ass motherfucker. How do you think they did it? Did they come here with bows and arrows like, we're going to take you on? Or did they come here with fucking science? And you think it's not that simple. You're a fucking idiot if you think it's not that simple. Anyway, martial art focus. Females should submit whether they're wise or they're unwise like they are right now, and they can't choose good men. What is the difference between a hero, a criminal, and a victim. A hero uses the principles of good, and that goes back to the video I'm going to make after this, and if I already made, is the principle of no spirit of God, no redemption, and no good after my death, which I prove masterfully. How can anyone claim to serve righteousness and not go in the logical way to serve righteousness? And to depend on a criminal, scientific, racist structure to magically correct itself to treat generations of your offspring fairly. That is sick. They are pedophile scum on record. They are criminal filth. They can't even clean up their church's act. Imagine a fucking culture that can't even clean up their own church's act. What the fuck do you call that? It is a sick, depraved, horrible, horrible rape culture. Okay, that thinks when they pick on underdeveloped nations that it makes them superior. Utterly despicable. Their bully argument is despicable. Their chemistry argument is despicable. Their jackal banker argument and used car salesman provider argument, their shun heroes and date rich corporate filth argument is so far beyond dishonorable. It is utterly despicable. Just beyond horrendous, horrible, repugnant, just pathetic, pitiful. They are cheeseball fucking cowards. Even if I had no dick and I was in a coma, you are far better off dating me than the best man outside of the divine order. Fuck is wrong with women. Fuck is wrong with this planet. Fuck is wrong with people.